Remember when the Moto G5 Plus launched those many months in the past? Nicely, it seems Motorola wasn't too satisfied with its performance, and in its place launching an updated Moto G5S Plus, on the way to help cope with the numerous court cases of the first. This flashier version has visible a subtle redesign, twin 13-megapixel rear cameras and a display screen length increase to 5.5 in as opposed to the earlier 5.2 in presenting. The caveat? The price has jumped up from £250 to £260. In truth, the regular length G5 has seen an upgrade inside the shape of the Moto G5S2, entire with a battery increase, a jump to a 16-megapixel digicam and an additional 0.2 in of screen actual estate. In fact, in our assessment, we stated, the Moto G5S Plus comes across as the telephone the Moto G5 Plus ought to, or perhaps should, had been. The Moto G5 Plus represents a piece of a turnaround in Motorola's price range smartphone lineup. Until 2017 the main mild inside the range become the baby Moto G, scoring high 12 months after year for cost. This year, although, it has taken a step backwards and it's time for the Moto G5 Plus to hog the limelight for a while. In easy terms, the Moto G5 Plus is the whole lot closing year's Moto G4 Plus wasn't, and it's a miles more completed handset in preferred. It's faster, it has a higher digicam and it seems nicer taken collectively. Those three things are easily sufficient to warrant the £80 top rate over the Moto G5. The query is, with the Moto G5 not accurate sufficient to warrant a advice this time round, is the Moto G5 Plus just that bit too expensive? The charge premium does suggest the Moto G5 sits in a unique quarter to the Moto G5 however, at £250, that area is largely empty proper now. Maximum rival telephone producers have deserted the mid to low rate tier, formerly occupied by way of such stalwarts because the Nexus 5X and the OnePlus 2N have moved to higher or decrease floor. So, despite the fact that nevertheless a temptingly priced smartphone, the competition is much like the Moto G5S. There's the Honor 6X with its dual-lens digicam at £225, the Lenovo P2 with its bonkers 5,100 mAh battery at £200, the Wiley Fox Fast 2X at £220, and the Huawei IP9 Lite at £190. There isn't tons further up the ladder until you attain the Samsung Galaxy A5, 2017, at round £320. On the subject of seams, Motorola has moved things on a step from the Moto G4 Plus plastic chassis and unpleasant, square fingerprint reader. The rear of this year's model is clad in steel, with the Moto emblem etched in relief inside the center, and despite the fact that the frame of the smartphone and its top and bottom caps are nevertheless constructed from plastic, it seems plenty greater attractive. It's a smaller smartphone than last 12 months' model with a 5.2-in, 1080x1920 IPS screen, but that's no longer always a horrific issue. It genuinely stands up among its chief opponents, and it's a bargain more appealing than the Moto G5, although I'm no longer a massive fan of the manner the camera module protrudes barely at the rear. The Moto G5 Plus doesn't have a detachable battery like its inexpensive sibling, but each different primary function is gift and correct. There's expandable storage, as much as 128 GB, and splash resistance. The glass topping the display screen is Gorilla Glass 3, and also you get NFC for cellular payments at contactless charge terminals. Within the US, oddly, NFC isn't always blanketed. There's also a fingerprint reader situated on the front of the phone below the display.